It is only on the altar of prayer you can secure a change of story. Nothing remains the way it is on the altar of prayer. Prayer subjects things to change. And if there's going to be any change, it requires a wrestling prayer. The prayer that changes things is the wrestling one. In wrestling prayer, you are not even concerned about the devil. You grab God, you grab him. You have made me kill me, or you heal me. Am I talking to someone? A wrestling prayer, you combat with heaven with confrontations of good works. Wrestling prayer is staying on a matter with concentration. And Jacob was left alone. In wrestling prayer, you tell God reality, you don't fake it. I hope you understand. Tell him how it is. In wrestling prayer, you interact with God to react with the situation. You interact with God to react with the situation. Father, I can't remain this way. What does wrestling prayer do? It does not only change the situation, it changes you. This is so important. That wrestling prayer does not change things alone, it changes you. That wrestling prayer gives you an experience, an encounter with heaven. Stop praying alone for things. Pray to be changed by God. Prayer is a platform that gives you access to enjoy certain privileges and benefits and nature of God. You experience and carry some of his nature. On the altar of prayer, you can experience his glory. Don't just pray for things to change. The things will return. But to encounter the nature of God. Shout hallelujah. How does this happen? Just one key and then we'll rise up to pray. Look at this key. This kind of prayer, please let me not sound arrogant. You don't need humility. Until you are bold, don't bother coming. Don't bother coming. In this kind of prayer, until you are bold, don't bother coming. This boldness is what gives you assurance that the Father has the answer you are looking for. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16. Let us come therefore what? Boldly. And I had this scripture clearly. Come boldly to the throne of God. Come bold, not come humbly. No, in wrestling prayer you come boldly. You know it's your Father. You have access to him. Boldness in this sense, having extreme confidence in the ability of your Father. Extreme confidence in the ability and capacity of your Father. That he has all it takes for this story to change. That is what is driving us. Not to be beggarly element. Prayer is not begging God. Prayer is negotiating for his obligations. God has a responsibility on me that is here. That's why at times when I pray, some of you get confused. God has an obligation. He has a responsibility to do what? To take care of me, defend me when I go to program. That mindset, that confidence is me. God has an obligation. Prayer is not begging, it's talking to God in negotiating for your rights. So boldness is required. It is this boldness that gives you access. You can't have access until the boldness is there. Ephesians chapter 3 verse 12. In whom we have boldness and access with confidence by the faith of him. Confidence that triggers boldness and guarantee access. Confidence that triggers boldness and open up the doors for us. What can boast your boldness? One, understanding of what your right is. What your right is. Have knowledge of what your right is. You have right to God. You have right to be healed. You have right to bear fruit. You have right to prosper. That is what is keeping me here. Number two, knowing that the Father has everything that you need. Change your mentality. Change your mentality. Maybe you have lost confidence in the integrity of heaven. Maybe you are begging, whether you like, whether we will heal me. Shut up. Who told you so? If you go like that, let us come boldly to the throne of grace. Don't bother coming, I said, until you are bold. Don't bother coming to God until you are bold. Jacob went to that place, came out a changed person. Jesus went to that place, came out a changed person. Esther went to that court and what? Came out a changed person with her nation. Everyone that have gone there with that assurance never remained the same. They came, the king said, what is it? Rewrite. Take away of that writing. Set that hand here. In the name above every other name. My shortest prayer, may God that gives men an encounter with your amen, may he give you an experience.